how to multiply fractions. In this particular case, we're going to be multiplying the fraction 3/4 times 1/2. Now, one thing that's wonderful about multiplying fractions as opposed to adding and subtracting fractions is that we don't have to worry about having a common denominator. Another thing to remember is that this is actually a part of something being multiplied by another part of something. What's wonderful about fractions is not only does it represent a part, but this actual fraction here, 3/4, represents a division problem. So we're actually doing 3 divided by 4 times 1 divided by 2. Multiplication and division work so well together, and as you're going to see in this example, we can actually rewrite and reconfigure this problem so it becomes a little bit easier to solve. So one thing I'm going to do when I have this problem, I'm going to take this expression and I'm going to rewrite it. So instead of having 3 divided by 4 times 1 divided by 2, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put these two denominators together and these two numerators together and rewrite it in this way. So we're going to have this equal to 3 times 1 all over 4 times 2. Now we haven't actually changed the problem, we've just changed how it looks. Because what we're actually doing is, since we're multiplying these two fractions together, I've now have it so that our numerators are being multiplied together, 3 times 1. This line represents division, and then we're going to have 4 times 2. Once I get it in this form here, I'm going to follow order of operation, and I'm going to go ahead and do my multiplication. So here in the numerator we have 3 times 1, which is 3. We're going to put that all over 4 times 2, which is 8. Now in our final answer here, which is also a fraction, I want you to remember that 3/8 can also be seen as a division problem, 3 divided by 8. But we're going to be able to just leave this in this form here. It's just a regular fraction. It's not a mixed fraction or an improper fraction. And something else to remember is we're going to be learning how to simplify fractions. In this particular case, 3 is not a factor of 8. The only factor that they share is the number 1. So this is actually in simplest form. So again, to review, we had 3/4 times 1/2. We were able to rewrite our problem so that we have the two numbers that were the numerators being multiplied together all over the two numbers that are in the denominator. Once we follow order of operation and go ahead and multiply this out, we end up with our answer of 3/8. Technically, we could divide this out even further and get a decimal, but this answer, having our answer as a fraction, is also okay for this problem.